بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طهارة المتنجس ويطهر متنجس بنجاسة مرئية بزوال عينها ولو بمرة على الصحيح، ولا يضر بقاء أثر شق زواله، وغير المرئية بغسلها 3 والعصر كل مرة، ويطهر ما لا ينعصر بغسل حتى يظن طهارته. So the author is writing that, so this is a sub-chapter where he discusses how one can remove najasa, how one can remove impurity, and what are the conditions. So he's saying that visible filth, visible impurity, even if it is ghalidh, it is major. So this is purified. How? By removing the impurity. It is purified by removing the impurity. Even if this is achieved by doing it, by washing it even one time. So let's say there is feces, and in one go, one can remove it by, one takes a bucket of water and just pours it, and it's all gone. This would be considered as pure because you washed it. Right? And this is the view of Abu Hanifa. Right? If its removal is arduous, if it is difficult, then there's no harm if some of the traces remain as well. So the main thing is that the core of the najasa, that has to be removed. That has to be, the core of the najasa has to be removed, meaning that if trace of it remains, perhaps the color, right? The color remains, it would still be considered as pure because the nucleus of the najasa, it is no longer there. So this is what the author is writing over here. The ibara وَيَطْهَرُ مُتَنَجِّسٌ بِنَجَاسَةٍ مَرْئِيَّةٍ بِزَوَالِ عَيْنِهَا. So مرئية هي ما يرى بعد الجفاف، وغير المرئية ما لا يرى بعده. So مرئية is that najasa which can be seen after it becomes dry. After it becomes dry. And غير المرئية is that najasa which cannot be seen, ما لا يرى بعده, it cannot be seen after it has been washed. So the main thing with that najasa which can be seen after it is dry is bizawali ayniha, that you remove the crux, the nucleus of the najasa. Even if that is achieved by washing it once, it's fine. You don't have to wash it 3 times. You can wash it even once. And this is the correct opinion within the Hanafi school. وَلَا يَضُرُّ بَقَاءُ أَثَرٍ شَقَّ زَوَالُهُ. And it's no problem if trace amounts remain, which is difficult to remove. So as I said, if the color remains, then that's no problem. The area is still considered as pure. Then he writes, وَغَيْرِ الْمَرْئِيَّةِ بِغَسْلِهَا ثَلَاثًا وَالْعَصْرِ كُلَّ مَرْأَةٍ. So he's saying over here, if the najasa is not visible, right, then you have to wash it 3 times. And after washing it 3 times, after you wash it every time, you have to squeeze it, right? You have to squeeze it, and that is how purity will be achieved. So washing 3 times, this is actually obligatory. So according to the other madhahib perhaps it might be more, but according to the Hanafi madhab, it's 3 times. And the example that they bring is the example of the dog. So the dog, according to the Hanafi madhab, if it is washed 3 times, right? So when the dog licks something, perhaps licks our clothing, and this happens sometimes, we might go into a home where they own a dog and the dog licks the clothing. So one can achieve tahara by washing that area 3 times. It's not a requisite in the Hanafi madhab to wash it 7. This is according to the Shafi madhab. So this is purification of any kind of impurity. We'll stop over here and inshallah resume next week.
Very well explained.
Normally, the blood comes to the clothes.
The what comes to clothes?
Blood,
yes.
and to the clothes, and then remain the mark.
Yeah.
That's by washing and still have a mark.
No problem. That won't be an issue. So it would fall under just if the trace amounts. You can't remove it.
That's one example, right?
Yes. So as long as you wash it, even if you wash it 3 times and it's still there, it's no issue. It's not a problem. It'll still be considered as pure. You can offer your salat, perform your ibadat.
On the dog,
On the
dog,
The dog, yeah.
The dog.
yeah.
Is it based on the hadith or based on the 3 times, 7 times?
Yeah, so there's 2 hadith over here. There's one hadith where Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu narrated 7. And the same narrator, Abu Hurairah, he also narrated 3.
3 times.
Yeah. So and this was also what Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu himself did. Right? So when the action of a Sahaba goes against what he has narrated, then the action of the Sahaba will be given priority. Because obviously he learned this from the Prophet ﷺ himself. Right? This is the legal reasoning of the Hanafi madhab. Obviously the legal reasoning of the Shafi madhab is going to be different.
So what about the one time with the soil water?
The soil with dirt.
Yeah, with the dirt.
Yeah, وَأَفِّرُوهُ بِالثَّامِنَةِ بِالتُّرَابِ. So it comes in hadith that when a dog licks a utensil or a vessel, then wash it 7 times, and then the 8th time it should be cleaned with dirt. So take dirt, perhaps dry dirt, and then clean the vessel with that.
That works like soap.
Yeah.
When we say it's one time, one time is what's the amount of the water?
The amount of water, it doesn't specify, but enough that it would cover the najasa. Enough that it would cover the najasa and remove the najasa. That is what is mentioned.
In old days, maybe not too far, maybe 40, 50 years back, I have seen people, especially cleaning the utensils with sand or with dirt.
Yeah.
Or with the ashes from the fire.
That's the thing that to remove the fat.
Exactly. To remove the fat. You're right. That removes fat very nicely.
Yeah.
I've seen it. My mom did it.
MashaAllah.
I remember that. So, ashes from the fireplace.
Yeah.
Or sand. Or clean dirt. Dirt has to be clean though.
Yeah.
That's a condition too. Dirt has to be from a clean place. She used to rub it and clean it and wash it with the water. That's it.
MashaAllah.
Jazakallah Shaykh.
MashaAllah.
Bismillah, subhanallah, walhamdulillah. Sir, how was it?